Damn, my controller already turned itself off. Anyways, hi. Sorry, starting a little late. I got home not too long ago, had something to eat, and I was still feeling. I'm feeling for some reason a little bit of exhaustion, like quite exhausted for some reason, like a low energy level or stuff like that. Could be dehydration as well, but I think I've been drinking well, at least moderate amount, more than I did yesterday. I don't know what's So I'm, just had to wait a moment, see if it passes. But I think I'm feeling quite fine now. Should be all good. Anyways, so this is the second trial, most likely the last day of the. I mean, the game is emphasizing that it will be the last day of the case. So maybe I'll be able to wrap this up today. Don't know how long this. I mean, knowing this game, there's gonna be 2 or 3 turnabouts during this trial alone, which I gotta call for a recess of some sort or like that. So God knows how long of a actual, like, is it part? Yeah, I think they're splitting parts in this game. God knows how long of a part this actually is. Anyways, June 22nd, 9:51 a.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 3.
Nick,
Yeah.
did you know that Moon Karma's daughter is only 18? Just like me?
Yeah. Why?
I was just thinking about how strong she is. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time by herself and she's so grown up.
Yeah, and I'm sure she felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation.
And then you look at me and, well, I'm the daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. And on top of that, I'm the suspended murder trial. Again.
But I think you're really strong too, Maya, for all you've gone through. Say that out loud, Phoenix. Don't just fucking mumble it to yourself. Oh, I think you're really strong. This fucking guy, man. Jesus Christ.
Good morning. Dear, you look like you're doing well today. I'm happy for you.
Hey, morning, Pearly.
You'll be safe today, Mystic Maya.
Huh? What do you mean?
Wait, how did... Wait a minute. Didn't we Oh shit, sorry. Did we end yesterday with Phoenix leaving Pearl back at the Korean village because she's a child and she was still left in the... I don't know, I think Morgan wanted her to stay, which once again plays more in the fact that Morgan is very much evil. And I think we were already established as to what the fuck happened. I mean, I think most people have not been on a murder trial twice by the age of 18 overall, but it does add extra points when you're actually when you're the suspect.
Huh? What do you mean?
My mother is coming today. You show her support.
Yeah, that's right, Pearly.
Hey, Pearls.
Yes, Mr. Nick?
Do you think you could do me a big favor? Could you channel Mia today too?
I was sort of hoping to sit in the audience today and watch.
Phoenix. Okay, never mind. Actually, like... Please, it's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough without her help. Yeah, exactly. This is not... I don't think this is right.
Mr. Nick, that's enough.
Pearl's got some, right attitude about this.
You gotta show weakness in front of the person you love.
Pearly, not this again.
Oh, she has... okay, so she's been through this before. Please, can you do this for us, Pearls?
Alright, I'll do it. I'll do it for Mystic Maya's sake. See you later then. I'll leave you two to your alone time.
That's like, Phew, thank goodness.
Nick!
This way, Buzz won't be able to see today's trial.
What do you mean? What's going on?
Oh, okay. You know, actually... And also, I mean, the thing is, she's not getting paid for this, so it's not child labor. This is just... I don't know what it is, but it's wrong. But, like, okay. I can kind of get it if, you know, Phoenix doesn't want Pearl to, you know, witness a bunch of images about murder and, you know, like that. Because there are some nasty shots there that probably should not be shown to a child. I still think she should have absolutely stayed at home. Yeah, you know, it's child slavery. Good God. Oh, actually, yeah. With Morgan possibly getting, you know, a, Oh, this is gonna be bad. But does Meow care that much for Morgan, then? That still fucking bugs me. June 22nd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2.
Court is now in session for trial of Maya Fey.
Defense is ready, Your Honor. Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great joy. The image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world. Wait, are we live? Oh, wow, okay, so this just worked out. All over the world, huh? Sounds like you've made quite a name for yourself, Phoenix. Don't be foolish, you foolish fool wearing the foolishly foolish clothes. And we're completely ignoring that dead person in the room in the body of a child. Well, actually, I think she's directly talking. It doesn't matter. The famous one is me. I'm the prodigy of who has never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor 5 years ago. And naturally, the world's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country. I really don't like where that one's going. There are so many wrong things about Pearl, you know, channeling Mia. And that being visible to people. But this is even what the fuck even? That's nice, Miss Von Karma. I'm glad to see you're in such good spirits today, Miss. It's just common knowledge now. It's just common knowledge now. Like, she's completely unbothered by the fact that she's talking to a dead person. And she's... What the fuck? It's true what they say. Women really are scary when they fight.
Now then, a very interesting theory was presented during yesterday's session.
That the defendant could have left the channeling chamber, correct?
Yes. And this key is proof of that. This key, the only key to the channeling chamber, was not where it should have been.
Your Honor, I would like to say one thing before we begin.
Alright, let's hear it.
The prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder to the time of the arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the room at one point. What?
But Miss Von Karma, then how do you explain this picture? Are you saying that then that the person in this picture is not the defendant?
I never said that wasn't the defendant.
Then what is the meaning of this?
All I'm saying is that Maya Fey, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe that this is when she drops the key. This key.
I'm hoping that I have even 2 gears to work with, so that there's a little bit of friction somewhere up there.
Can you substantiate your claim?
Isn't that what I'm here for? The prosecution would like to call the defendant's aunt, Morgan Fay, to the stand. Just as I suspected, Aunt Morgan. Poor Mia, she seems really torn by this.
They allowed that substance in the courtroom.
A witness, name and occupation. My name is Morgan Fay, and I am a spirit medium, in a manner of speaking.
I'm sorry, but what do you mean in a manner of speaking? Ah!
I don't think anyone really cares. Now then, after the murder took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct? Yes, that is correct. I performed the spirit severing technique on Mystic Maya then.
Spirit severing technique?
A technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the other world. That is...
Yes, that is.
You, be quiet! Oh my gosh, this is fucking insane.
Now, witness. Something happened while you were performing this technique, correct? Yes, that is correct. What in the world could have? Mystic Maya, she escaped from the room.
What?
And here we come to the heart of the matter. Maya Fey, while in a possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber.
But she was arrested, so I'm not going anywhere with this.
Order, order, order! Miss Fay, please testify to this court what happened during the time.
Your Honor, I will try my best. I think someone just upped the ante on this trial.
Which of these hairs is ridiculous? Because there are so many. I mean, then again, Morgan has undoubtedly the hardest time probably getting that ready. Or actually, probably the hardest time maintaining that.
After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door open and entered the chamber. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. A pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand and she was in a daze. Then, quite suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck, and I fainted for a short while. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Why have you done this until now? I did not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya. However, I must correct falsities when they arise. That's right. She's simply correcting a falsity, Mr. Phoenix, right? Why is she making it a point to take a stab at me? Never mind.
Oh, she would be very eager to stab you. Non-figuratively.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
My aunt is a very smart and sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony.
Maya's escape. Yeah, I'm surprised that I was able to, just whip up something like that on a short notice. But I figure it's gotta be quite fitting.
After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door open and entered the chamber.
Oh, actually, yeah. No, we pressed this.
Just now you said those two. Who were the two people you were referring to? I was referring to that foreign lady and yourself, good sir. Lotta's not a foreigner, despite how she talks. Oh, is that so? I'm sorry. I simply could not understand her atrocious English, not to mention she looked awful. I can already see people in the Heartland gearing up for a riot.
Ah. Huh.
In any case, I have already sent the repair bill to your office, Mr.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, thanks.
What did you do after that, Miss Faye?
I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. Was it really necessary to have two people do something so simple as call the police? If there was a possibility of escape, then one of us should have stayed behind.
Yes, that is a very good point.
At that time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another...
There is another... Another what, madam?
Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern yourself.
Maybe you shouldn't bring that up if you don't want to concern others with it.
I want to hear the end of that sentence.
Question further.
There was another reason you wanted both of us out of that room, wasn't there? You must testify. Why did you chase us out of the room? I simply no wish for there to be more victims. Huh? The lives of both the good sir and the camera woman may be in danger. Is what I thought to myself.
That is not at all the impression that Morgan was giving at the time.
Well, that was very noble of you, Miss Faye.
This is bad. Now people have a good impression of her, and a bad one of us.
Well, not necessarily a bad one of us, it's just...
Looks like she caught us napping. That's my own for you.
Are you satisfied now, Miss Wright? Miss Faye, please continue.
I mean, while that's true, I feel like also it's a weird thing to just have her confront a potentially dangerous and armed individual. I think that was a rushed decision, and that was not necessary. That was a very unwise choice, and not even like a I don't know. I mean, I don't she's lying, so.
A pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand, and she was in a daze.
Yeah, okay, I guess she has more expertise in this.
During our investigation, you stated that you struck the defendant on the head, and this strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by this statement? I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie.
I mean, weren't we there?
Huh? But why would you lie about something like that? It is very painful for me to say this, however.
Objection!
Well, I mean, I would trust Phoenix to sever any friendship or other connection. Maybe not spiritual ones. I don't think he would do well on that, so that's fair.
The witness was lying to cover for the defendant. She was covering for Maya?
I've got a question further. Slam table.
So you were covering for the defendant? Well, yes. It was only later that I was informed of what had occurred. That the renegade Mystic Maya had done something very unexpected.
Something unexpected? What? Pray tell, did she?
As this witness didn't and couldn't have seen what happened. If you want to know what this unexpected thing was, there is always later.
Yes, very well.
Why does it suddenly feel like there's a rock in the pit of my stomach? And now, witness, we'll continue with what happened. Then, quite suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. Was it really that easy for her to escape from you? I'm ashamed to admit to such a thing, however, yes. But you are physically larger and stronger than the defendant. There is no way she could have escaped from you so easily.
Once again, the whole channeling thingy.
Have you forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What about this picture? Remember that at the time, the defendant was not physically Maya Fey.
Growing old is such a mysterious thing. Trust me, I know firsthand.
How does that happen if you do?
Basically, Mystic Maya's body was still that of the nurse she had called. But if she had run away, wouldn't you have given chase right away? Well, yes, I would have. However, with great strength, she hit the base of my neck, and I fainted for a short while.
That is a very precise fucking hit, though.
You fainted? I became dizzy and then collapsed on the floor.
How long were you unconscious?
I am not sure. About 10 minutes, perhaps.
Pretty sure that does not track.
And the defendant almost certainly went somewhere in that time.
Happy to witness? Elaborate on that point for us. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Is that because you were unconscious? Why, yes. Great. Well, now what?
Question further. What happened then?
So while you were unconscious, you have absolutely no idea where the defendant went. I would think that's obvious, good sir. If that's true, then how can you know for sure that the defendant left the channeling chamber at all?
Now that you mention it, I have to wonder myself.
It's true that this witness is not able to confirm this, but the key word here is this witness.
Oh my god.
What do you mean by that? It means she has another witness up her sleeve. That's what. It looks like Miss Wankarba is ready to move on to the next witness.
That's enough. From what I can tell, there is nothing wrong with this witness's testimony. And from what she has said, we can establish that Maya Fey did leave the chamber.
I hope this isn't going to come back and bite us in the butt. Now let's take the next logical step and ask, where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber?
Yes. That's exactly what...
Be quiet, you.
Now then, what the escapee had done was she had gone to speak with a certain person. She went to speak with someone?
Who was it?
The prosecution calls Miss Eeny Meeny, who was sleeping in the side room at the time. Eeny Meeny? I think you can see where this is headed.
Good god.
Witness, name and occupation.
Okay, so my name is like Eeny Meeny. I'm like researching like parapsychology stuff at the university.
What is this parapsychology?
Let's see. It's like, I guess most people call it occult stuff.
If that's what most people call it. I can't say I understand what that means.
Then I suggest you go home and research it yourself. The fucking disrespect. Like... oh my god. I already said yesterday something about being scared of, you know, having to talk to Hottie in this, you know, scenario during this trial. Unfortunately, I think that is most likely where this is going. If Von Karma has a bunch of witnesses lined up, we're gonna need some of our own, and that's most likely gonna be Hottie. But seriously, calling the judge uneducated is kind of fucking wild. Instead of actually explaining what the fuck that means.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Now then, Miss Meeny, after the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Maya Fey. Is this correct?
Like, I guess.
If that's the case, then let's hear your testimony. That is alright, isn't it, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
For the love of all things good, Your Honor, have some spine, for my sake.
It's a lot harder than you think, Phoenix. A lot harder than you think. After the murder. Like, when the challenge started, I was like sleeping in the side room. Like, a little later, someone came into the room, like, really suddenly. fuck? It was like, oh my god, totally my sister. I like hadn't seen her in like so long. I was so happy in like a sad way. My sister, she like told me something like totally terrible.
Now hold your horses, young lady. You're saying that person that ended was your sister?
Okay, when did the Severine occur then? Morgan is taking a fucking nap. You know, Mimi, ghosty Maya channeling, Maya possessing individual is out and about running, but still, I don't know. I mean, I know that this is a lie, but like, I'm seeing gaps here.
Don't you mean to defend them, Maya Fey?
Really now, Your Honor. Maya Fey was still in the middle of channeling at that time.
Are you saying that the spirit was the spirit of this witness's sister?
Yes, Mimi Miney. She was a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic. Gray's clinic. God.
Oh, well, this is...
Nobody told him!
No witness. Like, yeah? In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I'm sure we would love to hear about it.
Like, do I totally, like, really have to?
Of course.
Miss Miney, please.
My sister, like, this is what she said to me. That was no...
There was no accident. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person.
So this is where the dialogue comes from. So this technically could be true.
That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it? Eenie.
Okay, well, we're back to the start.
She took her revenge? Are you sure that's what she said?
Yes.
There, are you satisfied, Your Honor?
I still can't believe it. Can't believe that a spirit would go so far as to use a medium to get revenge.
It is a bit hard to swallow. However, all the evidence and testimonies point to this as the truth.
The end. That actually is a wonderful screenshot.
What do you think, Mr. Wright? It certainly seems like all the loose ends are accounted for.
This testimony just now, was it all made up? Was it just one huge lie? Of course it was, Phoenix. Mia, what do you mean? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. But even the most well-spun lies can be undone. We can do it, Phoenix. Let's find that one loose thread and unwind the tapestry of lies.
I don't remember what kind of voice I was giving Mia earlier, but I feel like it was a lot higher pitched, but then it goes way too close to Maya. So I'm balancing between Morgan and Mia sounding pretty much the same.
Your Honor, there's room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine this witness. We believe that our cross-examination will reveal the true truth behind this murder. And yet again, the foolish fool spouts more foolishly foolish drabble. I wonder if you'll make this one last more entertaining than the last.
Wait, what? This? Keep talking about obvious things, but I don't think I'm seeing them after a murder. Like when the challenge started, I was like sleeping in the side room. I actually know if she was sleeping at the time. We went to the side room. Somebody was sleeping. Well, I mean, okay, she wasn't. We know she wasn't sleeping. I mean, we know that for real she was not there.
Was that because of your sesame allergy, was it?
Like, that's right. I like think there were sesame seeds like in the lunch they served that day. I had this like premonition that it was going to totally be a seedy day. Yes, indeed.
I see.
And am I the only one who missed the boat here?
Anyway, so you were taking a nap. Did something happen while you were sleeping?
Like, and a little later, someone came into the room like really suddenly.
Do you know the time?
I mean, the one thing that I'm quite confident was the fact the door was closed for the duration of the severing technique. Then again, I guess the door was broken, which is why it was. Yeah. I don't know. I think It's a lot of questions here.
Do you know the time?
Like maybe a little before 11 a.m. something like that. I think. Fuck, do I remember the time?
11 a.m.?
Yeah, like my stomach is totally ready for like food. Well, I don't know how broken it was. I thought it was just like forced open. Then again, that would break the lock. Actually, so 11 a.m. Fuck! Why does the fucking autopsy report not show time? It always shows time. No, I didn't see how broken it was. Does it just open in two? Is that just how doors work?
No. I think you misunderstood me. I'm asking what time it is now. I mean, what time was when someone came into your room?
So, like, that's what you meant. Like, you should have been more, like, clear about it. Did I absolutely just miss that? I guess I must have just missed that.
Sorry, my bad.
Nah, it's okay. Like, it's really... Huh?
That's it? Why'd you stop mid-sentence?
Did I? So, like, what was I talking about again?
Never mind. Witness about this person who entered the side room.
I just thought the door was, like, normally open. I was, oh my god, that was my sister.
Are you absolutely sure?
I guess.
You guess? Was it or was it not your sister who entered?
Like, I don't know. This is honestly a terrible fucking, you know, testimony. I mean, like, I totally don't know your sister at all, Mrs. Smith.
First of all, my name is not Mr. Smith. Second, I'm an only child. But more than that, she's managed to mess up the question with her answer.
Well, Mr. Wright.
The defense rests.
Well, that was a colossal waste of our time. Now then, witness, how did you feel when you saw Miss Mimi Miney? I like hadn't seen her in like so long. I was so happy in like a sad way.
You were happy in a sad way?
Yeah, like I mean, it was my sister.
But wouldn't most people react to here with surprise to seeing a dead loved one alive again?
But like maybe if I was like someone who didn't know about like the occult, but I like know all about the Korean telling technique. What's the point here? Is the witness immediately recognized that it was her sister? Yeah, like what she said.
Should I drop this line of questioning?
I still think we should question further.
So you really didn't think anything strange of the whole encounter?
No. Like, there wasn't any reason for me to, like, think anything was strange.
But... Ow!
Don't keep badgering her.
You know the phrase objection? Could you try using that once in a while?
Mr. Wright. This question of what the witness felt was when she saw her sister. Is it really that important?
I think it's very important. Like, how reliable is, like, can she convey a human feeling about this? Which thus far has not been done.
It's very important, although I haven't quite figured out what it is yet. But I've got to bluff for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about.
Oh boy.
Alright, Mr. Wright. Miss Meanie, please amend your testimony.
Like, okay, I'm like totally cool with that. I wasn't like scared at all, and like her costume looked totally like normal. Costume looked normal. That my sister, she like told me something like totally terrible. Yeah, no.
So there was nothing odd at all about your sister's appearance?
Like, yeah, nothing was like weird.
Mia's talking to herself like she's found something wrong. That's impossible.
Huh? Like, is everything okay? Can I like go on? Well, okay, that's at least something. That's something I pick it up on. My sister, like, she like told me something like totally terrible.
Something terrible? What was that thing she told you?
Like, didn't I just like tell you about it? Did you like forget already?
A foolish fool with a foolish sieve for a brain only speaks foolishly with foolish words. Well, excuse me, princess. Anyway, should I ask to hear the story again?
No point.
I did just hear the story. It's not like my memory is that bad.
Speak for yourself.
Actually, defense is fine. I just don't need to hear the story again.
Very well. You may continue your testimony, Miss Meanie.
Well, there has to be something that I can use, but where?
Yeah, I think I know where.
Really put a lot of thought into this lie, didn't she? She can't rush this. Let's take it slow. We can't rush this. Let's take it slow, one step at a time. She's bound to slip up somewhere. Don't give up, but don't get careless, okay? Remember, calm and collected.
Okay. Yeah, so, about this. The question is, which image is it? Is it the fact that where the clothing is supposed to be like this? Or is it this one that we have spent a little too much time focusing on? I think it's this one.
Objection!
That was very well spun lie, Miss Amy. What are you babbling about this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. Stealing my lines now, are we, Phoenix?
Once you're dead, you cannot copyright things anymore. Which, by the way, I think is true.
Miss Miney, may I remind you of what you said? You said that there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance.
Like, yeah, and...
But I don't think that's what you were thinking at all. Take a look at this picture. This is a picture of the sister you met. I would think that even you would be surprised if someone appeared before you like this. This is a blood spray. Miss Meanie. Fuck, I keep saying that wrong. Why did you not include the plot you saw in your testimony?
It really would be the worst thing ever if somebody would be stealing another person's intellectual property and just, you know, using that like their own. It really would be awful. Shamelessly, even.
If you were really testifying and not lying, you would have known it right off the bat.
Exactly. Posting it online, even. The fucking gulls of a person that can do that. Could do that, hypothetically.
Order, Miss Meanie. What is the meaning of this? Miss Meanie?
I'm thinking. Don't interrupt me.
That.
And what are you stammering about, Your Honor?
I don't know, asking the witness to fucking witness.
Well,
That witness, her personality, a complete 180 there. Lots of people do that when they get on the stand, though.
First of all, calm yourself, witness. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean to snap.
Now, hurry up with the testimony.
if you please.
The judge still looks a little shaken up. A lot of help he's going to be.
Well, I mean, the judge is supposed to remain impartial. So he's not gonna help you. But probably should help the... prosecution a little bit less. After the murder, part 2. Like, the sight room was, like, kind of dark, you know? The judge does not look impartial to me one bit. So, like, in the costume is, like, purple, right? The blood totally bled right in. And I, like, persuaded my sister it wasn't, like, right to do something like that. And then, like, I took my sister to the challenge chamber.
Yes, now I see. And you have given us a clear reason as to for why you didn't notice the blood.
You think, like, thanks, Gramps.
Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright? Alright, I guess not. Very well, you may question the witness.
Jesus fucking Christ. After murder, part 2. Like, the sight room was, like, kind of dark, you know? So, like, the costume is, like, oh no, there's a, yeah, sorry, I forgot, we already went through this.
Really? Because I thought it was pretty bright inside that room.
Objection!
Don't push your subjective opinions in this court. Yeah, because we are all so fucking, what's the term? Unbiased here. Like, that's right.
Excuse me, but how is my statement any more subjective than Miss Miney's?
You are such a hopeless cause. Witness, you may feel free to ignore this trite little man. Like, okay.
Can't breathe. Let me out of here.
Instead, like, the costume is like purple, right? The blood totally obliterated.
You didn't see the blood?
Like, yeah.
But she must have had the gun with her at the time as well.
That's,
Are you going to tell me next that you didn't notice the gun either?
I, like, totally didn't. All I was looking at was, like, her face. Continue. That's a little weird. And I, like, persuaded my sister it wasn't, like, right to do something like that.
And what was your sister, Miss Meanie, like at the time?
Well, she was, like, totally flipped out, cause she just shot Dr. Gray. But I think, like, she knew. She, like, said she did something really bad. And, like, she said she wanted to go with me to, like, apologize to Miss Morgan.
Did Mimi's spirit really say that all to you?
Like, yeah. That is really weird. That wasn't added to the call record, so that's not relevant, apparently. And then I took my sister to a challenge chamber.
Was your sister calm by that time?
Like, I guess so. I guess maybe, like, taking her revenge on Dr. Gray, like, made her feel a lot better.
I would like to feel a lot better too, Mr. Phoenix, right? The sooner the better. She says we are whip at the ready.
And, like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the challenge chamber, you know?
May I ask you one more thing, Miss Miney?
Like, sure.
Was there anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place?
Something out of place? How, like, when do you mean?
When you...
These are all actually valid options. Naturally not in the side room. Our usual when going to the crime scene. This would be if something was happening the winding ways. Pearl should have technically been here. But she wouldn't say that, because that's, yeah. So arriving at the crime scene. Especially because Phoenix is asking about something out of place, and I think what he's going for is the box. So I'm saying arrive at the crime scene.
I'm talking about when you arrive at the challenge chamber, of course.
Like, no, nothing strange.
What should I do?
Oh, okay, for starter.
Think harder. I know you can remember something.
I, like, totally can't.
Just give up already, Mr. Phoenix, right? I wonder if I put too much faith in his ability to do anything with that brain. It's no good. I can't find anything wrong. Phoenix, the judge believes this testimony. If you don't find something sort of hitch in her statement, he'll end the trial. I know. I'll have to give it another shot. It doesn't matter how many times we listen, we can't give up.
Okay, well, this very much implies that I just got that wrong. That I need to maybe guess about the... I mean, okay, there's something I want to try about this one. Because I don't think the plot particularly blends in. Though it's not the worst, I will give that. So it could have been worse. But I think here I need to find the right one. Okay. Out of place. Ooh, actually, also the urn. When you were going to the crime scene.
Like about when you were going to the challenge chamber, of course.
Like, no, nothing strange.
She answered rather quickly. Now what?
Press harder.
Think harder. I know you can remember something.
I, like, totally can't.
That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly to this court.
Do you think, Mr. Wright, that whether or not there was something odd on the way to the challenge chamber is all that important?
It's very important.
Yes, because it is very important.
Oh, actually, Pearl would have been literally fixing... True. She would have been fixing the urn on the way there.
But I know where I'm going with this.
Very well. Miss Meany, if you will, please include a statement about this in your testimony.
Like, I don't get why, but okay. I, like, didn't see anyone on the way. To, like, the challenge chamber. Wait. Wait, what? Remember, like, I totally didn't see anyone on the... Did I see anyone on the way? Oh, wait.
Something you finally pull out. Something you finally pull out of witness never did end, Phoenix.
No, wait, fuck. Can I like didn't see anyone on the way to like... Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, no, you're very correct on that. I have absolutely forgotten most things, apparently. Okay, this one actually has the, under repair in the hallway until police came. So, in other words... Yeah, no. Sorry, it just took me a moment. I don't know why, but I just completely glanced over that entire text there. Which is really bad in a game like this.
I finally found the fault, or I guess in your case, the crack in your perfect lie. Take a look at this urn.
Like, urn?
There are cracks, do you see them?
So, like, What does that prove?
Objection!
Who cares about some worn-out old urn?
Like, yeah. I already, like, said I didn't see, like, anyone on the way there to the challenge chamber. I didn't, like, totally say anything about, like, an urn, did I?
Looks like you still don't understand. I propose that if you had really been walking along the winding way at that time, there was no way you could not have seen this person.
And we're bringing in Pearl into this. Which, I mean, to be honest, kinda happy.
I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Miss Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay. Also currently being possessed by her dead aunt? No, dead cousin. Yeah, dead cousin.
Yes. And how is this trial relevant?
Just so happens that at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the center garden.
Oh.
And she just happened to break this urn.
Oh. Oh!
Wait, she broke the urn?
Yep, she accidentally knocked it over with her ball. And Pearl was the one who put it back together. While sitting right in the middle of the winding way.
What? Whoa! Wait, can we see that again? Fuck. That would be wonderful thumbnail material.
Miss Meanie. Ugh. Pearl was there in the winding way at the time. She was hard at work putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I would have to declare you legally blind. I think I have sufficiently proven out one thing, Miss Meanie. You are a masterful liar.
There it is. Holy fuck.
Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say.
The one who needs to watch what she's saying is the witness. So, Miss Meanie, tell us the truth.
About what?
About what? About where you really were at the time of the murder, of course.
The witness just testified about that. That's right. I was like sleeping in the side room.
Can I really believe in her? Was she really sleeping in the side room?
There is no way.
Your lies end here.
What do you?
The witness says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible because there is clearly a contradiction here.
Oh boy. Alright, we're currently an hour into this. I'm gonna make a backup save. Just that I don't need to go through all the dialogue again.
A contradiction? Where is this contradiction?
Help me, Mia. Do I have evidence that would point to that? Contradiction in the testimony. Let's see. Nothing here exactly proves exactly, I don't think it's evidence that would show a contradiction. I think it's a court testimony just now. And I don't think I should be asking help from Mia. Unless this is an actual dead end that Phoenix is voluntarily walking into.
Earlier testimony, Miss Money, you made the following statements.
And like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the challenge chamber, you know?
It's true that at the time, both myself and Miss Hart were not there. We had gone to call the police.
So, like, what does that, like, have to do with anything?
It's very simple. Miss Miney, how did you know that fact?
How?
I concede that Miss Fay was the only person in the challenge chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that. Which means, Miss Meanie, you did in fact go to the challenge chamber. But you didn't go there by the way of the winding way.
Well, look at the matter guide map. If one were to go between the side room and the channeling chamber, one would have to use the winding way.
Yes, that's right.
Your Honor.
Which is why I ask this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Miss Meanie, please answer the question.
Objection!
This is only a question of a basis assumption, if you please. Well, I suppose since you put it out on the table, Mr. Phoenix, right? You might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Now's a chance, Phoenix. Yeah. The only person who could have killed Miss Dr. Gray was Eenie Meenie. So now is the time to prove it.
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Where was the witness when the murder took place?
I mean, like, it's funny that they tell me to do this after they literally tell me also where the fuck she was. So, yeah.
Miss Meanie was here, of course.
But that's the challenge chamber.
Isn't that the crime scene?
That's right. Miss Meanie was at the crime scene, at the scene of the crime.
Order, order, order. That's why, guys. Whoa!
And Mr. Phoenix, right? Have you lost your mind? Yes, it is testimony establishes that only the victim and the defendant were in the chamber when the challenge started.
Yes, that is correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
Simple. Miss Eenie Meenie was hiding at the scene of the crime.
I was hiding? Where was I hiding? Whoop they fucking do. Finally getting somewhere.
Here, of course.
Behind the folding screen?
Don't make me say this again. Recall yesterday's testimony. Hey, no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen. See, you stupid jerk! Quit being so quick to pity on me, slimeball!
Now, Miss Meanie, one as so young as you shouldn't be saying.
Shut it, Gramps! As if you know exactly how old I am.
I'm sorry.
Looks like the pipe's about to burst. Guess I should help it along. The fuck? The witness was hiding behind the folding screen with the help of this.
Box! I present to you... Box.
Miss Meanie, how you were able to hide yourself at the scene of the crime is very simple. You were hiding inside this box.
Ah! That little box. No person could fit in there.
Sorry, but your theory has already been disproved. Claw disproved you when she was hiding from me in it.
Objection!
But that clothing box was in the side room, right? Which means it has nothing to do with the murder at all. I was sleeping there, so I shouldn't know. That cloth was in the side room the whole time.
Mr. Wright. Do you think you can prove where the clothing box was at the time of the crime?
Yes, I can. Man, this is... Why is this seeming so simple thus far? When is it gonna absolutely, you know, smack me in the face with something absolutely unprovable? When are we gonna go into the vibe-based, you know, courtroom business?
And now I present the piece of the evidence that will prove this clothing box was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place.
Okay. Well, okay, now this is a good question. Does it want the folding screen or does it want the box? Well, the box doesn't even have a hole in it. In this image. I mean, in the... Well, yeah, it's, I think the folding screen is the one that makes the most sense.
Take a look at this clothing box.
You're so stupid. As if there's any sort of evidence in that thing.
Huh? This, what on earth?
I don't have time for you to sit there surprised. Hurry up and say it already.
There's a hole about 8 inches of the ground.
A hole about 8 inches of the ground. Where have we heard that before? It's the folding screen. It had a hole at the same height.
Man, she's actually helping us. I guess she must be in a rush.
That's right. I hope this has opened your eyes to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which is why the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. It went through the screen and then into the box. Miss Meanie, you were hiding behind the folding screen waiting for your chance. Yes, for your chance to kill Dr. Gray.
Order, so what are you saying?
Then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, what about this picture? Are you saying that the person in this photo is Miss Eenie Meenie? That's exactly what I'm saying. Miss Eenie Meenie. You were hiding inside this clothing box all along. And you wore a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey.
To masquerade as Maya Fey?
She had it planned from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client.
No, stop!
I can't stand to listen to any more of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I have a proposition. This whole idea that the witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretended to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled to the scene of the crime. It's not possible for one person to do all that by herself.
That is correct.
It really is impossible. For one person to do all the preparations, that is. Ow! And need I remind you, the foolish receive no mercy. Wait. Miss Von Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct?
But you can't be serious. You're fuming over there.
Miss Meanie, you had an accomplice.
Oh wow. I do have to say this is actually feeling a lot smoother overall with the fact that now we have like the profiles and like that to present. I think the game overall, I think they once again I understand this is the second case. I guess the first proper case of the game, so it probably is a little easy on me. But the pacing on this is feeling better than in the earlier trials. The investigation is still a little, you know, a little clanky at times, but this is feeling a lot more convenient.
God. This person. If it wasn't someone from Korean Village, you couldn't have gotten the costume. And if it wasn't someone from the Faye household, you wouldn't have that box to use.
Morgan the Faye?
Isn't that the wonderful lady witness we had earlier?
What do you have to say to this, Miss Hermione? You shot Dr. Gray with your own 2 hands. Do you deny it?
Do you? Do you not? Holy shit. Oh, I think I know what's gonna happen.
And this is what really happened. The murderer had planted herself at the scene of the crime, long beforehand.
I mean, I think the judge just likes whoever is nice to him, and thus far, Morgan is the only one who has not been, you know, threatening him with good or bad time.
The murderer had planted herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then, the channeling started. The murderer crept silently towards the other 2, both of whom had their eyes closed. First, she drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping agent. Then, she stabbed Dr. Gray with the knife.
Okay, you're right. It's not a threat. She's actively hurting people.
Next, she hid my client inside the clothing box. She did that so she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime. That's when something unexpected happened.
Unexpected?
Yes.
Wait.
Dr. Gray was actually not yet dead yet. Not yet dead. With the last of his strength, he fired a shot at his attacker. And that is why the hole in the folding screen was so low onto the ground. The murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray and...
Bang.
After that, you and the other lady thought to break into the room?
Yes, a gunshot is certainly something you wouldn't expect to hear. That's why, upon hearing the shots, we forced our way into the challenge chamber. Miss Meanie, she immediately covered her own costume with blood. And pretended to be Maya Fey.
But that's how the deception would have been easy to see through.
Which is precisely why Miss Morgan Fey chased us out. Please leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. Hurry before there are more victims here.
What is one supposed to say?
This is the real truth behind this murder.
Who is that laughing at a time like this? What?
Ugh, you simple-minded fools. I'm sorry, are you still by chance evolving? What is this? What is it this time?
Miss One Karma? Surely.
Of course it was me. Do you really think someone of one karma blood would lose due to something this petty? What in the world? Mr. Phoenix Wright, your argument is flawed in one very crucial area. And that is this witness the real murderer? Why would she go through all this trouble? Huh? Working together with a medium, pretending to be one, putting on this whole act? What reason would she have to do such foolish things? Well, that's, yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Oh, and one other thing. Why would Miss Eenie Meenie want to kill Dr. Gray? Where's her motive?
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say too. She pretty clearly stated the motive already. Yeah, motive. I don't have a motive.
Motive? I can't say she has no motive here. I have to think of a motive now. What's her reason for wanting to...
What is her reason for wanting Dr. Gray dead? I wonder if it has something to do with the fact that she's wearing a silly beret. This completely white beret. Nothing on it. Yeah, the hat must be the thing. Alright. Inside though. Inform me with your silly answers, Phoenix, right?
That's great. Now even she's calling me by my full name.
I think I did this to get revenge for my sister's death.
Yes. Because through that accident, you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself.
Don't be stupid. No one has proved that Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? And you want to say I wanted to take revenge based on nothing?
What do you mean by that?
See now, stupid Gramps. I'm like going to explain, so like, please listen, okay? It's been over half a year since I was discharged from the hospital. If I like wanted revenge, then I wouldn't have waited this long. And besides, like, the guy that thought of the spirit thing was like Dr. Gray. It was like a total coincidence he asked me about it, you know?
She's back to her airhead persona. However, you see...
Ouch! Pathetic, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You failed to support your own theory. The end.
I think we have our answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What Miss Minnie has stated is very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated and she has no motive in the first...
Overly complicated? overly complicated? She goes into like how okay, how long has she been studying? How long does it take to, you know, I don't know, this is insane.
Furthermore, there is no reason for Miss Morgan Frey to cooperate with this plan.
Ooh, well.
You don't even have any truly decisive pieces of evidence to demonstrate your point.
So many faults, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You should really learn your place.
Yeah. What happened? I thought I had her for sure.
Hee hee. See, like, it's just as I, like, told you.
Huh?
I hope you like this slice of humble pie.
Very well, now I conclude the cross-examination of Miss Edie Meany.
Huh. Hold it. Can't. Is there a legal precedent for a dead person to object in court while possessing the body of an 8-year-old? Oh boy.
Your Honor, please allow the defense 1 more minute.
Alright.
You can't lose here. Have faith in yourself, Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yes, it does sound like a ridiculous mess of plan for a murder. But you know, regardless, that girl trained for this crime.
Really?
Listen, Phoenix. Everything happens for a reason. There's a reason for why she had to kill Dr. Gray. And he's also the reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion.
Time is up, Mr. Wright. Your final answer, please. If you want to say that you can prove Miss Meany had a motive, then why did she kill the victim in this way? Can you provide the reason?
Can I really do this? I mean, kinda, yeah.
Using the divide, one of the victims was not able to escape. Following the ongoing investigation has revealed that the driver has fallen asleep at the wheel and dropped off.
Yeah, like, I had this feeling. Okay, was there anything about Enie's past saying that her life was also ruined by this incident, outside of just losing her sister, which naturally is tragic and all that? But, like... But the way this is worded kind of gives me the implication that it was actually... That it was actually Enie behind the wheel. Most likely. But I don't know if I can particularly prove that. Let's pull it up for our driver's license. Yeah, you know, because that's what I was thinking, but like these guys are completely disregarding. Okay. I forgot this is America. True. The hospital bill will probably ruin. I'm surprised she's actually in college. Yeah. But I mean, absolutely, yes, I can.
Won't fit in here, but I know that I must press on no matter what. That's right, Phoenix. Only you can do this now. I will show and substantiate the fact that Miss Minnie had a motive.
Ha ha ha. Too bad you're too late. My cross-examination has already ended after all.
Interesting. I'll let you have your chance, Miss Phoenix, right?
I mean, we didn't even ask the judge about this.
Oh, you're supposed to be on my side.
Have one karma only cares about the perfect win. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Something something hubris. Something something downfall. Again. Oh, you're right. What was I thinking? The only person whose opinion here matters is one karma.
And I don't care if you are my witness. So help me, I will throw you out of my way.
Anyway.
Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. We will continue the cross-examination after we reconvene.
Hey, wait a second.
To be continued. Holy fuck. That was a good hour 10 minutes. I think I can probably have the I can do the final part of this. Just fine. Part 4 too. Oh yeah, because it even has like part 2. Oh my god. Fuck, what if it goes further? Well, if it goes further, then it goes further. June 22nd, 12:04 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
And is it really true about my aunt?
I'm afraid so, Maya. There's no way Amy could have killed Dr. Gray by herself. And under the circumstances, there's no one else other than your Aunt Morgan. I mean, I guess it could also be Pearl, but that's very unlikely. And I already slapped one person for insinuating that.
That's terrible. Why? Why would my aunt?
Everything's going just as I predicted, Mr. Phoenix, right?
That one the one karma.
Ah, Miss Von Karma! Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to take revenge on Nick? Nick had nothing to do with what happened to your dad.
Don't you have something better than to be worrying about? Say your own situation.
Looking down on me, even though we're the same age.
Are you done yet? You caused me enough pain and suffering.
Not yet. My goal is to defeat you and let the whole world know of your defeat.
But even if you do that, it won't bring your father back.
She don't care. Huh. Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion. And then we'll know who the real winner is. June 22nd, 12:10 p.m. District Court. Well, I mean, there are a couple glaring daddy issues here. One, lack of dad. Two, probably the lack of, a present dad up till this point. And three, something power dynamics. Alright.
Court will now reconvene, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you prove Miss Meany had a motive?
Yes, I believe I can. Eenie Meenie and Dr. Gray have only one point of connection. There's a car accident 1 year ago. The motive I'm looking for must be there. Miss Meanie, please testify to this court about your car accident last year.
Huh? I thought, you wanted to, ask about my, motive. I, don't see the point in, bringing up the past.
Miss Smiley, if you please.
Okay. I totally don't think I'll do any good, but... Last year's accident. That was, last year in May. Something really bad had happened at, my sister's clinic around then. And, the night of the accident, my sister was totally tired when she was driving. I was, totally pooped too, so I, fell asleep on the passenger seat. And then car crashed. I, woke up cause of a jolt. And, it was a sea of flames around me. So, Was it the day of the death of the 14 other people? Or because I was under the impression that this happened like afterwards. Are you saying that Edgy Boy has problems? Oh yeah, fuck. His dad also died. And we also investigated how that happened. Well, we didn't really need to investigate how Karma died, but I think that was rather obvious. I like opened the door and like go away.
I think I've heard of this incident.
I saw the talk on the tabloid shows day after day last year. Damn. That's all talk about elders. Well, that's a single, but like, you know. Okay, yeah. I assumed that the accident was like way after, but like, I mean, naturally it would have been. But like, if it now, okay, this gonna sound a little weird, but how is she busy if 14 people died? Though maybe I shouldn't ask that. Because I'm gonna assume that she was probably busy fixing up the things that there because 14 people died. Yeah, never mind. Yeah. I would probably, you know, fill up one schedule when all of a sudden you cause the death of 14 people when you're supposed to nurse them to health. Yeah. It's all the talk on the Apple shows day after day last year.
Yes, and there was talk about Dr. Gray drugging your sister.
Those were merely rumors, totally baseless gossip.
Yes, Mr. Wright, you may question the witness.
I know that it's impossible to prove that Dr. Gray did in fact drug Miss Meanie's sister. Yeah, which means I'll have to work this from another angle. Last year's accident. Yeah, it was like last year in May. Did some sort of medical malpractice happen at your sister's hospital then? Yeah, like that was in May too. Like the thing with all the patients dying was like May 2nd. And like our accident was like on the 24th. Okay, that's 3 weeks apart. 2 accidents back to back. Do you assume it's just a coincidence? My sis was like totally tired, so that's why. Duh. Something really bad had happened at like my sister's clinic around then. There was a malpractice incident where 14 patients died, correct? Yeah. What was the cause of the mistake? Like I heard it was caused the medicines like got mixed up. Was it the fault of your sister, Miss Meanie? Like in no way. Dr. Gray like wanted to blame it on my sis. Objection! Science has nothing to do with that murder here. And besides, the police report has already documented that it was entirely Mimi Meanie's fault. Which means as far as the real facts are concerned, Mimi Meanie is the one who made the mistake. But like, it really wasn't my sis. I think I see where this is going. And like, the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired while she was driving. She was totally tired, you mean exhausted? Like, she had to talk to the police and like, was being investigated, like every day. It was like a totally terrible situation. Oh, you know, sorry. I was thinking of this, but like, didn't Velcana have this whole thing where if you wanted to craft any weapon, any Velcana weapon in world, you had to, well, specifically Iceborne, you had to cut the tail off? If I remember right, that was the thing. That's what made it so difficult to, you know, like, craft those weapons. It was like a totally terrible situation.
It's no wonder then that the car accident happened, huh?
Oh yeah, we're gonna press harder.
So then why didn't you ask to switch places?
Huh? Like, what are you talking about?
I meant switch drivers. If your sister was so tired, then you should have switched with her.
True, true.
But like, I don't like have a driver's license.
Ooh. Oh. Oh, well, I mean, that's convenient at least. Yeah, but I have a feeling that this I think it was established that Mimi most likely was the only nurse working at the clinic, which is what allowed this to happen. Which allowed this to happen to begin with. But like, yeah.
This is news to me. I was not aware you didn't have your license, Miss Meanie.
Miss Meanie, please amend your testimony.
Like, okay, anyway. I was like totally pooped too, so I like fell asleep in the passenger seat. I already know what I'm gonna do here.
The accident happened at night, correct?
And yeah, like it was at like 1 a.m. or so, I think. I had like a paper due, so like really soon. So like I hadn't slept and was working like real hard.
So it was because the two of you were so tired that this accident happened.
And like, well, because of a gel, and was like a sea of flames around me.
And your sister, what happened to her?
I didn't see her. The car was like totally black, and there was like a ton of smoke. I like totally had like no clue what was going on. I like opened the door and like got away.
Please tell us about your escape in more detail.
I like kept wanting to forget that time, so like I don't remember things about that accident in like detail anymore.
Well. It's alright. No need to push yourself.
I think I like gave an interview after the accident. Like that would probably be the most accurate, you know?
If it's that article, I've already got it.
I like didn't have my license, so like I couldn't take over drive for her.
And that's why you were in the passenger seat.
Like, yeah. I was like at my colleague's research lab till like really late. So my sis was like giving me a ride home.
I see. Phoenix. Yes. You can't do this. You're being too easy on her. There's got to be some sort of secret sleeping in this testimony.
Yeah,
Yes, let's find that one crushing contradiction and end this.
yeah, I think I already know what that one is. Yep, time to bring in the hottie. Oh boy.
Miss Meanie, that was a lame lie just now.
Like, oh, what do you mean?
I know you had a license back then. It's a photo you took for the express purpose of getting a driver's license.
What's the meaning of this, Miss Meanie?
That's right. Yeah, I had like a license, but you couldn't drive. But I didn't get it until after the accident.
No, you had it. You had it at the time of the accident. Director Hottie, or the guy pretending to be him anyway, said so.
What? Are you talking about like that perverted fake clinic director?
Yes, that perverted fake clinic director. And how did...
Ouch! No one cares. Witness, when did you receive your driver's license? Like last November.
What? November?
The accident happened last May. That's a half a year lapse in time, Miss Phoenix Wright.
What in the...
That's what happened, Mr. Wright. At the time of the accident, Miss Minnie did not have a driver's license.
Ugh.
Ow.
Cry and whip will accommodate. Cry and my whip will accommodate.
Anyway, without a license, the witness and her sister could not have switched drivers.
I'm like glad you get it, but like even if I had my license, I like don't think my sis would have like let me drive.
Ow.
Just stand there humming to yourself.
No, you too. with the whip and the pain and the ow. All right, now Phoenix is getting whipped by 2 separate women.
Miss Minnie, why do you think you would not have been allowed to drive anyway?
That's because
I think this situation calls for a more detailed testimony. Miss Minnie, if you please.
like how annoying. Oops, like sorry, didn't mean to be mean. Wouldn't be allowed. Like around that time, I was like really close to getting my license. My sis was like this totally big fan of cars and like really valued them. She like had just gotten this really shiny bright red sports car. She like would say things like, "No way am I letting a noob drive my car." So like that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night too.
I see. A bright red car for sports. Now then, the defense may question the witness.
I'm not terribly knowledgeable about cars, but
Okay, I think I missed something important here. Let me just go through this again. Well, actually, I'll go through them again once I'm pressing these matters. Okay. Like around that time, I was like really close to getting my license.
so what do you mean by really close?
Like I had one of those permit things. I think that's what they are called.
Permits?
Wow, that big name lawyer, the boy doesn't even know what a driver's permit is.
Well, this lawyer never had a permit.
Wow. Ignorance is to be whipped.
What is with her? All she said in the last few minutes is utter nonsense.
So like, may I continue? My sis was like this totally big fan of cars and like really valued them.
She valued cars? How much would you say she valued her car?
Well, like she would flip out at like a drop of rain, and like she would notice if someone like touched the car door with dirty hands.
In that case, why put a thing in the car out of the garage ever?
Yeah, actually, ask about that.
Why did she take such a special care of the car?
How can you say that? It was a brand spanking new car.
New car?
Like, you wouldn't want to like get it dirty, would you, Mr. Lawyer? I think I see where this is going.
I think that cars getting dirty is just a matter of fact of life, but because people who really love cars think otherwise.
Phoenix, try asking something of more significance, alright?
Well, Miss Minnie, what kind of car was it?
She like had just gotten this really shiny bright red sports car.
It was a new car?
Yeah. She had like just gotten it. It was like from the UK.
The UK? Were those her boyfriend's initials?
R/shit Americans say. The center of the world. It was a really special model. She had waited for a whole year for it to arrive.
I guess her love for cars would be the obvious next topic.
Press harder.
I don't know anything about cars, but I had a feeling this was bound to come up. Your Honor,
Yes.
please have the witness append what she just said to her testimony.
You mean the part about it being a special import car?
Yes,
If you like cars that much, then.
that's not my point. Though to be honest, I don't know what the point is either.
Miss Mealy, would you please fix your testimony?
Sure, whatever. Nice, this new car was like a totally special model from England.
I yelled, "Hold it," pretty forcefully, but I don't actually know what to ask about cars.
Ask for the heck of it.
So yes, what am I supposed to pick from for a topic? Let's start with this. Why are British cars good?
Like, huh?
They're expensive and their driver's seat is opposite to our cars here in the States. It would seem there is no benefit to owning one.
Like, huh?
This whole steering wheel on the right side thing, it's kind of goofy, isn't it?
I love this conversation because this is exactly the kind of stuff I would be talking about cars. It's like, oh, what model is that? Oh, what year is it? It's like, no, it's like, isn't it kind of funny how the steering wheel is on the opposite side in different parts of the world? And like how different cars go different types of room. Fuck, I'm related to Phoenix again. Damn it. What do you know? That sleek shape is as wild as it starts, and a raw feeling of manual.
Forgive me. Her personality really changes at the drop of a hat. It's interesting, isn't it, Phoenix? Bit by bit, we're beginning to see the real contradiction behind this case.
She like would say things like, "No way, I'm letting you drive my car."
Was your sister good at driving?
She was like totally awesome. She like said she was going to be the like racing queen of the nursing world.
Somehow I think she bumped my question off track again.
It's like that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night too.
And that was when the accident occurred, correct?
Yeah, but I mean that's a perfectly valid thing to say. What color is your car? What size is it? How many C's are in it? Like, that gives me more information than what year it is or what brand it is. Like, what's the convenience of it? Like, but I since I know a lot of people who are really into cars, I know that there's apparently a lot of things going on with those. So I shouldn't say about things that I don't understand. Which is funny that I'm talking about things to begin with, considering how little I understand.
And that's when the accident occurred, correct?
Like, yeah. I like immediately reached for the passenger side door and fled like in a daze.
Sounds like you had a terrifying time.
There's something very big here. It's going to be hard to break apart such a natural sounding testimony. But we have to attack it, and by doing so, flaw will show itself. It has to. Do you really think so? Believe, there is a path, I know it. He almost sounded like a prophet for a second there.
Okay. So I'm sorry, but I think I completely fucking disregarded what was so important about that line. So I need to check this again. Next secured. Passenger side door. Oh, yeah. She left from the right. Yes. Yes. Now I see. Now I see. Oh my god, I was wondering why do they have emphasis? Like there was this crash and I fell. It was the opposite. I opened the right door and like got out. There we go. But I don't know where I'm supposed to ask that. So I just need to see. I think it's here. I think it's here. I think this is the one where I'm supposed to present it. Objection! Yes, thank God. I was really scared it's gonna be like the... Which case was it again? I remember one of the ones in the first game I was like, I know what I'm supposed to present, but I don't know when and where. So I just tried all of them until I finally got the right one.
Miss Meanie, do you remember this article? It's an article about the accident. You had set this in it. But I opened the right door and light got out. That's correct, isn't it?
Like, why are you suddenly asking me about that?
Your Honor, which side is the passenger's seat, the left or the right?
Well, it's on the right side, of course. Because the driver's on the left side.
That would be if it were an American car, but it would be the opposite in a British car.
Opposite?
The two of them were riding a British car. In that case, the passenger side would be the left side.
Ugh.
What do you mean by this?
Miss Meanie, you said that you had escaped using the right side door of the car. But if you were sitting there, then that means that you were in the driver's seat.
Ah!
Order! Order in the court! Order! Order!
Mr. Phoenix Wright is blabbering nonsense again. Ini said the person who was driving was her older sister, Mimi Meanie. That is what Ini said, yes. But that is where her story falls apart.
Oh, yeah. Shocker. People lie.
Somewhere all of us made a big error in our assumptions. Phoenix, it looks like you finally found the real root of this murder. If we connect all the dots, there can only be one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. Ini or Mimi? Who was really driving that night?
Ini.
And the answer is Ini Meanie, of course.
Why would you say that?
Miss Ini Meanie just said so herself in her testimony. She said that she escaped the car from the right side door, which would have been where the driver's seat was.
Ow!
I am inclined to feel sorry for a foolish fool who foolishly spends his time foolishly. At that time, Miss Ini Meanie had not yet received her driver's license.
And that is why the accident happened. Holly Phoenix, it looks like you still don't see the real truth behind the accident. The real truth? Think outside the box, isn't that what we always say? Alright, one more time. If we connect all the dots, there can only be one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. Ini or Mini, who was really driving that night?
I'm still gonna say Ini. But I just tried this and this... I mean, I thought that this was a case of, you know... I honestly thought this was a case of a, Ini possibly, you know, driving illegally. Fine. The game implies that it's Mimi.
The answer is the one person who had her driver's license. Mimi. After all, that makes her the only person who could legally drive.
What you just said? The witness, Miss Amy Reader, was the one in the driver's seat.
Which leads us to the next question.
The next question?
Yeah, but I was kind of thinking that this is actually not the case of it being Mimi's car necessarily.
Who is the person standing at the witness stand right now?
Oh, okay, we're doing this approach. So I had this feeling that Mimi was never a real person to begin with. Or maybe was a real person, but there would be a with the whole bandage thingy and like identity stuff. Yeah, you know, like identity theft is no joke, or something like that.
What sort of idiotic ruse is this, Mr. Phoenix, right? Is this witness name? Is this witness name is? I'll tell you what her name is. Billy is.
Wow, this one takes half of your takes half your fucking credibility. Well, okay. Sorry. I now remember why I disregarded the Gumshoe, the evil villain behind all of it. But every murderer is Gumshoe in disguise. But like because I was thinking like, wait, what if they're both the same person? But I quickly disregarded that because yeah, they're most like, even though we have not heard of the body, I think somebody has been confirmed to have died. So it would be quite the fucking, maybe it was Hottie. Maybe it's Hottie in that chair. Oh, anyways. No, I present, please.
Mimi, that is your real name.
Objection!
Of all the foolish dribble, then how do you explain her appearance? This witness had severe facial burns when she was admitted into the hospital. So for the purpose of facial reconstruction, the surgeons used a picture. Facial reconstruction surgery? This is the picture she gave to her doctors at the time. That's right, it's a picture of her younger sister.
No!
Mini, she died in the car accident.
I mean, they don't investigate that much further. They figured that it was a meanie.
That's what everyone thought. However, that was not the case.
Yeah, no, nothing was given. They simply found that picture when going through her. Do I just end the sentence there, or do I say things? No, I'm gonna say then they were going through her things.
Then, the body they found at the crash site. That was the body of the real Eeny Meeny. Is that right, Miss Mimi Meeny? That car accident 1 year ago. The one who died in that night was Eeny Meeny. Her sister, Mimi, then stole her face, was reborn as Eeny. With this, she effectively erased Mimi Meeny from existence.
Damn.
Your Honor, I'm sure you can see why Mimi had to kill Dr. Gray.
What do you mean? Oh,
Was this the meaning of this nonsense? Dr. Gray wanted to call back the spirit of a dead person.
Oh my god. I didn't even think of that.
Specifically the spirit of his nurse that died in the crash, Mimi Meeny. However, that would not have been possible, because Mimi Meeny was still in fact alive.
Damn. The fact that, you know, like, these spirits operate with this much accuracy with name and occupation, and also overall just like the very identity that they were alive at that they were alive with, really is impressive. Like this is some like a Death Note level shit where you need to know exactly like who, what, and when, and what name, and like that. Otherwise, you cannot summon. Otherwise, you cannot channel the spirit. I was gonna say, is there any contradiction to that statement? But actually, I don't think there is. Yeah, so they have to really know who they're going for. Damn, it must be really difficult having people with the same name and same occupation to accidentally just, like, I don't know, fucking the David Smither or something like that from like ages ago. There must be like at least 20 different individuals with that name. Dead. Yeah, I'm going into things that I should not.
And that fact would have been discovered at the channeling being conducted. So this witness had to stop that from happening at all costs. And that's why she had to kill Miss Dr. Turner Gray? Is that what you're saying? Yes. Before the channeling, Dr. Gray had the misfortune of consulting this witness about communicating with the dead. And in that moment, his fate was sealed. Dun dun dun.
Well, Miss Inu, I mean, Miss One.
Why did you say my name just now? Looks like I've been unmasked. The witness? That's right, I admit it. My real name is Mimi Meanie. That quack doctor, he got what he deserved in the end. And I was so close to finally ditching Mimi too. So close.
But why? Why would you go so far as to throw away yourself? To become your own sister?
I think I understand why. Mimi Meanie wanted her old self to disappear because of this.
Yeah, this was kind of rough.
That's about the malpractice incident. Dr. Gray was right. The mistake was caused by the nurse. Nurse by the name of Mimi Meanie. That's right. The person standing before us today. And a few weeks after this mishap, Mimi Meanie had a car accident in which she lost her younger sister. The timing couldn't have been worse. 14 patients dying in that incident, and her own sister's life extinguished. It was all too much to bear. I found a way for myself to escape it all. The only way. She lost everything in the flames of the accident, her sister.
Yeah, I mean, also, like, kinda seems like there was absolutely zero family involved in this. Or, like, they had absolutely zero other family. Damn. This is such a fucking disaster. No friends, no relatives, nothing. Damn.
She lost everything in the flames of the accident, her sister, and even her own face. This was her last chance. A chance to throw away her past and start a new life as her sister.
I mean, true. I guess you just don't interact with anyone anymore. Like, it doesn't mean that you didn't have anyone. But, yeah.
Unbelievable. I plan beyond my wildest imaginations.
That jerk. If only he hadn't thought of that challenge in Mumbo Jumbo. Mumbo Jumbo? Becoming any has been the most horrible experience in the world. Spirit channeling, the occult, I hate it! I hate it all!
I I believe there are still a few unsolved riddles here, such as why did Miss Minnie choose to go with such a complicated plan?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, God, I hate her life. God, man. A fucking nerd from college.
Why did Miss Morgan Frey agree to help her execute it? Regardless, I believe one thing has been made crystal clear.
The innocence of the defendant Maya Fey. This is preposterous. I'm perfect.
Me, Francisca Boncaba.
I'm going to enjoy the news tonight, Miss Wonkarma. How about you?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think this really just happened to be the perfect fucking opportunity. And it had to be pulled off. Like, she had already taken off. She had already stolen the identity of her dead sister. It's the idea that she would go out of her way to plan out an enormous fucking murder. With the most complicated fucking process that you could not prove if it wasn't for that one meddling child and her ball. Like, yeah, I think this really isn't out of the fucking realm of things a person might do.
This kind of book is all over the world, right? You have to feed this.
Ow, 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 ow.
Send one more. Oh my God! He's dead! He's fucking dead! Going to death! Right here in the court of law.
Phoenix, hang in there, Phoenix. Phoenix! This call is a fraud. A sham.
No, and we carry on without any repercussions for that. No, you know, assault charges or anything like that. Holy fuck.
Most likely it will be sometime before Miss Wright regains consciousness. Mr. Wright.
Sorry, I read that as Miss Wright, but we all know that Miss Wright is not a real concept.
So I will go ahead and pronounce the verdict. Not guilty.
Is this it? Is this actually it? Yeah, exactly. Like, she had levels of determination. And an 8-year-old not being able to spell Ami right was enough to fucking ruin that.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
You know, I didn't even think of that. I thought it was just like a silly, you know, like a visual that she's literally dying because of just how fucking done this is. But like, yeah, that's actually a very good point that, you know, she's technically a dead person as well, so it fits even more. Yeah, probably the fact that I didn't. Anyways,
That is all. This court is adjourned.
June 22nd, 3:13 p.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 3.
Congratulations, Maya.
Sis!
I mean, adorable, yes, but well, considering how little I think, I'm not gonna say anything about this. There is so much going on in this image that I don't. It's better to ignore it. I don't even think of that. That's what I'm gonna say.
So good to see you, Maya.
No, wait, this is actually yeah.
So good to see you, Maya. How are you doing?
Sis! Sis! I didn't kill anyone, did I?
No, you didn't. It was all just a dream. A really bad dream.
You know, sis, in my dream, I smelled this really familiar scent.
A familiar scent?
I was inside that clothing box, right? That box. That was the box you used to store your clothes in a long time ago.
That's right. There's still one thing I don't quite get. What's that? What would have happened if Mimi hadn't shot Dr. Gray? I mean, we broke in because we heard a gunshot. I think Mini had planned to open the door to the chamber herself. And then, you and Lotta would have witnessed quite a scene. But says Maya Fey, who had just committed a murder. She had it planned down to the smallest detail, huh?
Nick!
Congrats, Maya.
Thanks! Looks like he bailed me out of another jam!
Well, you know.
But I really don't want something like this to happen ever again.
Huh?
And why? Because I have you to help me out, Nick. But every time something happens, I lose someone special to me. First my sister, now my aunt.
We're gonna ignore the whole Owen situation? Wait, are you telling me that this is it? I thought we were gonna go into the whole Morgan stuff. There was very little discussion about the knife, very little discussion about the whole burning the clothes and like that. Huh. I guess we are just gonna like, yeah, okay. This was quite straightforward.
Hey Nick, tell me why my aunt went and did something so horrible. Why would she help Mimi with a plan like that? I just don't understand it, Nick.
Maya, it's over. Why don't we just let it be?
Nick, please, I need an answer.
The reason Morgan helped Mimi with her plan was...
Alright, this is once again one of these things where... Yeah, I know it's a profile, but I'm thinking like... I mean, Pearl would be... But what, like... Okay, how did it go again? The idea, I think, was that the master would always be the oldest of the sisters. Yeah, branch. Yeah. Yeah, so she would be the she would be the lead, right? Or would it be Pearl? Because because it's between these two. But I'm like Is Pearl like a little... Pearl is still doing her things, or Pearl is finishing up her... I mean, it would be Morgan, right? No, wait, no. Morgan failed, so that would make it Pearl. Because the yeah, exactly. There's no Maya. Like everybody else, like Mia's gone, Maya's gone. What was her name again? Misty? Yeah, so it would be Pearl. Yeah, so there was no chance for Morgan anymore. But with Pearl being having like immense spiritual power and, you know, being the prodigy and like that, she would absolutely become the master, which would mean that this was the first time for
branch family to actually, you know, be the master. Yeah. Oh yeah, it was even like they would become the main line. That's true. Okay, that's even more interesting. So I'm gonna say Pearl. I fucking... There we go.
4 years from now, a new master will be born into Korean village. And that person will be you, Maya. But if you weren't there, and the main family's plotline would disappear, then what would happen?
Oh yeah, because Maya actually... Yeah, it's not just a matter of like, oh yeah, she's behind bars so she can't work. She can't work as a, as the master. No, she would literally be executed. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And the main family's plotline would disappear, and that would happen then? And what would happen then?
The Brunch family. My aunt.
No, Morgan's spiritual power is too weak. The next person would be Pearl's. Everything was done for her sake. It was also that Pearls would become the next master.
Yeah, I can see that.
Huh? Did Maya say something just now? I think that she was saying, I thought so.
Yeah, I mean, does... Date and time unknown. Detention center, solitary confinement cell 13. Lucky 13.
My precious Pearl. You are the only one suitable to be the master of Corinth, dear child. I sacrifice it all for you. I helped that brainless nurse carry out her murder, and cooperated with that whipping happy prosecutor. It was all to unseat that annoying, witless main family girl. Maya Fey.
I mean, I'm kind of getting the vibe that Pearl is definitely gonna be the master. That Maya is gonna figure out something else to maybe use her time for. I mean, that's what I assume would happen. That, you know, Maya would just, you know, help Phoenix from now on. Back to being the destructive sidekick that she is. But I mean, but also in Maya's defense, she absolutely does have the powers. She does seem competent enough to be a master. With maybe a couple, you know, having some sort of, I don't know, inner peace training. Or I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Like, I bet there is like a there has to be some kind of a either legal or, you know, like religious mumbo jumbo that's like, oh yeah, it's just not, we have to do it the right way, and yeah. But I guess I'll see where this goes.
Maya Fey. But I shall be patient, my dearest Pearl. A chance will present itself. Your time will come.
So, episode 2 reunion and turnabout. Are you telling me that she lives? So, being an accomplice to a murder, literally, like, not just like willingly knowing. Wait. Brand new episode has been added. Turnabout big. What the fuck is this fucking? What is? I'm sorry. Did I read that right? Turnabout big top. Oh Jesus Christ. my... I... This goes against all... This goes against my whole nature. Oh boy. What the fuck is this? Oh, we'll watch the intro at least, but I don't think I'll be starting this today.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the show. Prepare to witness a man who has mastered the wonder of flight. The world's greatest magician, the one, the only, Maximilian Galactica.
Well, I'm already sensing something that's completely over the top, which is that design. Well, he's dead. December 26th, 8:12 p.m. Very big circus entrance. Wait. Oh, it's even better than I expected. Okay, Pearl apparently has a even more going in this. That's great. But we're not gonna touch that now. We're not gonna touch it now. It's maybe not the best idea. But that was the first full-on episode of the second game. It did look like there would be 5 chapters total in this. Yeah, I'll be all over that top. No way, am I supposed to? Well, I'm gonna figure out. You know, am I gonna be the one topping or am I gonna be the one getting topped? But like. Now, I am feeling a little tired, but also I am feeling a little better than I was when I started the stream. The feeling of exhaustion apparently, you know, has been starting to... I guess eating food helped. So, I think I could maybe do a... okay, I need to top. Okay, that's worrisome. I think I could do a little bit of wilds. Tomorrow is gonna be the last day of the... Tomorrow's gonna be the last day of the anniversary event, so... I should definitely, you know, grind that. Before I grind whatever the hell is in here. But yeah, I'll take a brief 5-minute pause and then I'll do, I don't know, either I'll try Gog or something like that. But yeah, more of this probably tomorrow. Bye for now, but I'll be on Wilds in just a moment.